We're here at the biggest piece of real estate that's historical in the city of Hemet. This is the Hemet Stock Farm. It was conceived in around 1900. The race course and the whole concept came together about 1903, and it opened in April of 1909. There was a completion date of December 10th, 1910, but there was a grand opening somewhere in there, and I believe that was in 1909. And it's just a fascinating place, a wonderful piece of history, Hemet's history, a product of Mr. Whittier's enthusiasm and love for horse racing. And the kind of horse racing they did here wasn't the racing like you have at a track today that's so popular, Santa Anita or something like that. This was sulky racing or harness racing, and it was very popular at the turn of the century. My grandfather lived in Paris at that time, over in just 17 miles away, and Grandpa came here to the grand opening in 1909. So it was a great attraction to him. He was a Yankee, he loved good horses. But what we want to do today is cover this, and behind me you'll see the big barn. Off to my right is the stable or paddocks area, and just a beautiful scene as you look at it. These old pepper trees are the characteristic tree for this whole site, and it's just beautiful. We're right in front of one of the stable buildings, and there are wooden buildings all around this site in the central portion. They're all over 100 years old. And if you look at this one with its wooden cupolas, these vents on top, and the horse stables built into the building, and the architecture of it, my gosh, isn't this beautiful? This is a beautiful piece of work, and in this morning with this old look to it, imagine this whole thing being preserved. It's a treasure right here in Hemet. I just think about little kids on tours coming to be able to go through here, the school kids, and look at this place and see a little bit of history about what it was like when this town was first brought together, and the excitement and the adventure of being down here on a spring day and watching the horses race, or in the summer or whatever. The wonderful ambiance of the early days when horses were really a big thing, and a racehorse was just like a Ferrari. You know, it was really something. Mr. Whittier had a horse here called Wilbur Lou, which set a national record in 1910. I'm right here at the grandstands, here at the Hemet Stock Farm. And isn't this amazing? This is almost pristine. And if you look along these wooden benches, they're finely finished, they're well done, they're as straight as an arrow, the structure's still whole. And I can picture, this has got room for maybe 600, 700 people in this grandstand. And I can picture them here. I can picture them here in 1909 when they opened it up. And believe it or not, the first thing going around the track was a bicycle, a high wheel, what they used to call a penny farthing bicycle. And that bicycle was being ridden by E.P. Burnham. He was in his 50s, I believe, at the time, and he was responsible for a lot of the concrete work and pipelines in Old Hemet when they started the project. And Burnham went around the track because he won the national award as the best cyclist in Massachusetts in 1882, in the United States. And this guy was a great cyclist, so he went around first, and then the kids came after him on their bicycles. And that was kind of, I think, the opener for the 1909 opening in April of 1909. But what a beautiful place, and what a thing to preserve. I can't imagine seeing this lost. And I hope that maybe the conceptual plan that is behind a restoration of this area and the development of this property will include this wonderful grandstand and a lot of these beautiful buildings we've looked at this morning. You can find more information about our wonderful valley in the Hemet and San Jacinto books published by Arcadia Publishing.